titans of industry in Chicago in the mid-20th century. People like Marshall Field, Montgomery Ward, Woolworth, Wanamaker, men from Sears department store. Basically, people who made millions of dollars in Chicago, living out forever immortalized in statue form, living out the largest commercial office building in the city. And a little bit more about this beautiful river here. This river, it did not used to be the cleanest river in the world. It certainly was not. But Chicago has done a lot in the last few decades to clean the river up, to make it a more habitable ecosystem, to get us better water quality. Just to give you one example of how we've cleaned up the Chicago River, back in 1979, there were only 10 species of fish in the river. Nowadays, thanks to clean up efforts, there are nearly 80 species of fish, and you can fish in the Chicago River. So just like Chicago is resilient, so too are its fish. On your right, you've got 111 West Wacker. Is that glass building with those white pillars of granite patios? That's a residential tower. Just to give you a sense of what rent is like in the Loop. Looked at the other day. Cheapest, smallest studio apartment in that tower starts at about $2,500 a month, and only goes up from there the more space and bedrooms you add. So, you know, living in the Loop, you can definitely get on the price range for Chicago standards. On your left, you got the Reed Murdoch Center, one of my favorite lighting designs on the whole river. Home to Encyclopedia Britannica. This is the closest we have on the river to a style called Prairie Style. Prairie Style, popularized by Frank Lloyd Wright, meant to mimic the horizon-hugging plains and prairies of the Midwest. The hints at the style you see here are the long, flat lines, super wide windows, and the red, organic, earthy color of the building. Whenever I see a Prairie-style building, I just imagine the horizon of the prairie and mellow out. It's a very relaxing style building to look at. Architecture can affect your mood, affect the way that you're feeling, the styles, the shapes. So coming up on your right is a not so relaxing style to look at. It's that short, stout, angry looking building right there, 55 West Wacker. 55 is a style called brutalism. Brutalism is nothing but raw, rough concrete, like modernism on steroids. Nothing but this jacked up, exposed exoskeleton of building. This was a style for the late 1960s. You can see it in banks, courthouses, public universities. You can also see it on your left in Marina City.